The Paint and Pendulum, a Painted Lines production. Comfort is a death sentence. A life untested is a life unlived. I am Gregorio, and I invite you into the world of Benalia, a world divided. I have been a guide, philosopher, and transporter for Vestment Intermodal for years, and one thing I've learned is that predictable people live predictable lives and die predictable deaths. Join our intrepid adventurers as they journey through the Vestment Intermodal Highway, the primordial forests of Esmeralda, and the scarred hills of Harboron. The glory is in the story, and mediocrity is the real enemy.
So last week, the Quintex, as we've come to be known, myself, Barabash, Carnath, Jorge, Fakes, and Mr. Havel Stonehand, found ourselves at the Mounted Mule, where we heard the night began by hearing a very interesting story from a dragon slayer named Frederick. And stories in this town seem to be the primary source of status, as we've come to learn, even if the truth in them is quite minimal. As the night went on and the Quintex got to know each other better, an alderman and his cronies began to give us some trouble. And Havel, defending our honor, ended up bringing us outside into an alleyway for an alleyway brawl. As the dust settled, one man ended up dead, another incapacitated, and the alderman tied up in our possession. And as Jorge put it, it seems like we're all in this together now, boys. So on the way back to Fake's house to gather our bearings and see what we might do next, we found an interesting discovery: a dead body, none other than the storyteller Frederick from back at the Mounted Mule, and carved into his chest is the word hero. And only one other wound exists at the base of his neck in a downward piercing hole, but with no sign of struggle. So whoever did this must have gotten very close to him with Frederick's guards down. So we arrive at Fake's home, and in the morning, we see Frederick's body in a cart with some others, some drunk, some dead. Jorge was able to have a patch acquired from one of the wharf suppliers down at the docks, and they collect fees and handle security. And as we bear ourselves in the morning, the alderman tells us that he has no need for our help, even though we're the ones trying to solve these murders, and that he only just became alderman recently as an opportunist because the last one was killed in a debacle at Dividian Manor. And that's where we pick up today.
Okay, good update, Barabash. Folks, it's morning. The streets are clean. All of the waste has been washed. Fresh seawater splashed from barrels in the morning to clean the waste from the streets and alleyways. You realize that Frederick was not the only body taken away. Some drunk, some dead. But it's morning, and it's beautiful. And the city looks like a great place to hang out again.
I've been speaking with this alderman for a bit, and he seems, frankly, pretty useless. He doesn't have any ambitions, doesn't seem to know anything. So I'm going to turn around and I guess
Is it worth going back to the Mounted Mule or to find some other storyteller and follow them to kind of see if any other storytellers are meeting a similar fate?
We could also inquire if this Frederick had any enemies, someone who might want him dead. Sounds like he was some sort of character of renown. Maybe somebody didn't like him.
He said he wanted to be mayor. Maybe the current mayor didn't like that.
Or a rival storyteller who perhaps his story had a little more pizzazz, was getting a little bit more renown.
Seems like searching for a motive would be a worthy goal.
So what do we do with this guy?
I'm going to leave that to Karnath. I'm not against disposing of him in any way that you guys see fit.
That seems a bit harsh. His only crime was that of offending us in the bar, or offending our dwarven friend.
A true crime.
I don't know if we want to bring any more trouble down upon us, but it also may be worthwhile to keep him here at least a little while longer so that fakes could impersonate him and we can be sure that he's not out and about and there are 2 aldermen running about the docks.
Yeah, we could leave fakes here to interview him and learn about him while we go do stuff.
Okay. And is that, are we doing Dividian Manor, or are we pursuing other storytellers or information on Frederick at the Mountain Mule?
I don't
Maybe
care.
we could split up. I don't think we need to be all
That's
together.
not- Yeah, let's do that in the second session, Pom.
Going back to the tavern in the morning sounds like a good idea to me.
Okay.
I'm with that.
Would you ever vote not to go to the tavern? Okay, so that's
They
not
have-
a very persuasive vote.
Havel said he liked their meats.
Not quite worth 3 gold, but it'll be good for breakfast.
Jorge, you seem like the smart one amongst the 4 of us. What do you think we should do?
Well, I think if we're going to split things up or do things differently, perhaps some of our more charismatic and likable among us can interview patrons or staff at the bar, and perhaps some of us more inclined, I myself would probably be more comfortable searching for clues. Maybe I can head with Barnabash to the manor while Havel and Karnath, you 2 split up and interview suspects.
Sure, I can get in a fight with the dwarf again. Sounds well.
This does sound like last night.
And then that leaves Fakes to do some interrogation.
Yeah.
Seems like that would use some of our strengths well, as long as you 2 don't go murdering any more security detail.
Is it murder if it's self-defense?
I think that's probably for whatever authorities there are in this lawless town to decide.
I was like, based on what we learned overnight, what the
It may not.
authority is who swings their axe the best.
The biggest hammer.
Me and Jorge would like to ask the alderman about Dividian Manor before we go there, though.
That's a good idea.
All right, so Havel and I will just leave and go to the bar.
Okay. Cut to Barbash and Jorge.
So what exactly happened at Dividian Manor when the last alderman was taken out?
Well, I mean, you guys obviously know that there are, there are a lot of forces that come here, and there's a war coming, obviously, and the emissaries from around the realm came together for a conference, and my predecessor was hired to provide protection for that, and it somehow a fire broke out, everything burned, and it failed, and everyone died. All of the emissaries, everyone died. So, of course there was a price to be paid, and he paid it, and it was an opportunity for me, to move into his position, and I certainly wouldn't fail like he did. It's probably for the best that we were able to take him aside and remove him from the equation, and now it's my job. So I don't see where I did anything wrong. This is how you get ahead in the world.
How do I feel about his story? Do I suspect? I'm thinking potentially maybe there was some foul play involved with this fire. Do I get any read on his story?
Roll.
Insight, I presume?
Yep.
That is low modifier, but a good roll, so 19.
He believes there was definitely foul play, but there's no benefit to broadcasting that.
And it doesn't, not necessarily that he instigated the foul play, just that he may have been a beneficiary of some foul play, but he's not going to ask questions.
Right.
Something like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Dividian Manor, is it burned down? Is this
Yes.
the remnants of a building?
Yeah, you guys can go there and you'll see a walled keep, but everything inside of those walls is burned to the ground.
And this incident at the manor, did that, I imagine such a tragedy would have upset many people. Would it potentially have upset the sort of people who would have, I don't know, started murdering men like Frederick in the street? Do you see any connection there?
I doubt it. He's a fool. He's a fool with money. He made it known he had money. He walked alone in the streets at night after making it known that he had money. It might be as simple as that.
So he's not.
I don't carry money in the streets. I don't want anyone to think I don't pay for things. I will make sure that, a place like the Mounted Mule will be remunerated for taking care of me and good service. But I would certainly never carry a bag of coins through the streets alone. That is a death sentence, of course.
So Frederick, then, while he has maybe political aspirations, not a prominent politician, not a member of any of these groups that may have been meeting that night?
A fool. Simply a fool.
Okay.
A fool that couldn't keep his mouth shut.
Indeed.
And are there any other storytellers that have gone missing in the streets around Broadwalk?
People go missing every night.
Any of them? Do many of them end up with words carved into their bodies?
What word? What do you mean?
The word hero was carved meticulously into this man's chest.
You see, at this point, he retches a little bit. He says, "I don't know anything about that."
Have you heard anything about that before from other? Have there been any other rumors about this word hero being put on victims' bodies or any other use of it?
Roll.
Which one?
20-sider.
15.
Okay. Well, it's. I really don't want to get involved. It's not my area. It's simply not my area. It's the kind of thing that I just don't want to be involved in.
We have no intention of dropping your name or your involvement in any way. Please, don't worry.
People that don't worry wind up dead in the alley.
You could still end up dead in this room.
If I was going to be dead from you, I'd be dead.
Well,
there's 4 other members of the party.
Yes, we're soon to leave, and our final party member will remain. And while I myself may have qualms of taking a life, our friend here has no qualms taking the skin of another man and wearing it as his own. It would be much simpler for him to do so if you were no longer alive.
Roll.
Intimidation?
Yes.
Probably going to be bad. Oh, no, 18. Again, good roll, bad modifier.
Okay. He's going to roll. Ooh, okay. You promise not to tell.
Absolutely. Your secret is safe with us. We will never mention your name.
I don't believe it, but they're called the Joyful End, and they carry out certain unpleasant tasks. They are discreet, effective, and I want nothing to do with them whatsoever.
And
So-
do
Sorry,
their
go ahead.
motivations to these murders, Frederick in particular, what would make you think that? Why would they target a guy like Frederick? More than money, it seems like.
I couldn't tell you. I don't know. To me, he was just another loudmouth. So maybe he just wandered into the wrong spot while they were doing something else. Maybe he offended one of them in the bar. Maybe he offended one of them 2 years ago, and they were patient. Who knows? Who knows?
But they would be capable of such a meticulous, ritualistic murder.
Of course they are. For all I know, you are part of them, and I'll never make it out of here alive. But of course they are.
I see. Well, that's certainly, thank you. That gives us something to go on.
Alderman, have you ever had any unpleasant run-ins with the Joyful End?
Never. I would never. One of the first things I learned when I was a wharf hand was that when someone showed up and calmly and discreetly whispered in your ear to do something, you did it. You didn't question it. If they told you not to look a certain way, you never looked in that direction. And I've never had a problem. In fact, some might say it's part of my survival strategy.
Do the Joyful End conduct themselves often around the docks with war fans?
Not often.
Not
No.
often.
Well,
I don't think it matters for me. Please let me go. I will leave this town. I will go back to my home. Forget this war. Forget this city. Go back to being simple.
I think we leave him for fakes. We'll let him decide.
yes, our companion will speak to you just a short while longer, and then I'm sure you'll be on your way. We have no need to harm you. Barbash, should we perhaps begin our investigation now, and we can maybe I can I have a question for the DM regarding what my familiar might be capable of.
Okay.
So if I know that I can't communicate with my familiar past, like, I don't know what the number of feet is, but say I like tied a note or used my I have like artificer abilities where I can make a words on a image on a object or something. Would I be able to instruct my familiar to find Karnath or Havel and just give them this like a small message just I want to pass on this info about the joyful end, but I know they're already out the door.
Well, you could certainly roll it onto a small piece of parchment and have it deliver it around its neck.
Okay. Yeah, I would like to try that.
Okay.
I would like to inscribe just a short message saying,
Yes.
from Alderman, suspect, murder suspect, group, the joyful end. And
Okay.
just try to find one of them and pass that on.
Sure. He looks at you all and he says, "You are all probably dead just for having asked that question. I wouldn't mention that name to anyone else. It is a death sentence to mention that name. But please just let me go. I'll leave this town forever."
If my familiar hasn't left yet, I'll quick annendum with like, be careful, don't speak it too loudly. But if not, that's fine. I'll say, well, we appreciate very much your time. Barbash, do you have anything else for this man?
That's all for now. Let's get the investigation going.
Can I have my boots back?
Oh, did we take his boots?
You did.
We'll leave
I
them in
don't
the
have
corner. We'll leave them in the corner. I'm sure they're around here somewhere. It's not my house. I don't know where he keeps.
Fakes must have put them in the shoe closet, of course.
So
You'll get them back. Oh,
Okay.
Question for the for the DM regarding
Yes.
my shape shifting. If I believe I read there's an hour. Like if I shapeshift, I can be in that form for 1 hour. But can I what is the limits on going in and out? Like shapeshifting, back to my regular form and then going into it. Is there limits on that?
For now, we're going to say once per day.
Once per day, okay.
I think you can do it a couple times as a short rest, but if you go out of it back to yourself, that's like the full time.
Okay.
Okay, where to next?
So
At the bar and excited.
You're at the bar? Okay. Cut back to the mounted
Apparently,
mule out
we're
front.
at the
It is
bar.
locked up. It is daytime. The mounted mule is open from dusk until dawn. It is not ready. There are a few people you can see doing cleanup duty and sort of general closeout, cleanup, heading into prep for the next night. But it is closed.
No breakfast.
I will be like, why don't we go look at the alley where
There is a breakfast place, by the way,
Frederick got killed?
on the opposite corner of the square. So the Mounted Mule is in a square. There are a number of different theaters, gambling halls, taverns, and there is one breakfast place. It's a tiny little place. It's got about 8 tables total. But you smell eggs. You smell the familiar scent of pork roasting. That fatty, gristly smell coming from it. And the tables in there are about 3/4 full. Now,
Let's stop there first.
one of the things that you also see in the square there are a ton of late teen, early 20s sort of vagabond types. There are dozens of them. And, some of them are fiddling around with a fiddle or pretending to know what they're doing in a drum circle. There's some dancing. Most are laying about in the late morning, but there are so many of them. You don't remember that from last night. It almost looks as though they came here at the end of the night to sleep and rest, and then they hang around here during the day.
Okay, well, I will give the dwarf a couple gold pieces to go get breakfast, since he seems focused on that. And then I am going to, ask around about Friedrich and see how famous around, this group of vagabonds he is.
Yeah, they give you a lot of vague non-answers. And right around then, you see a familiar show up and sort of hop onto your shoulder. And it's got a small parchment.
An owl with golden eyes.
Okay, I assume I recognize that owl or no?
Cool owl, man. Oh my gosh, is it yours? What's his name?
He's not mine. I don't know what his name is.
He's the cutest thing ever. What's his name? Oh my gosh. They start petting him. One of the young ladies sees the parchment. Oh, he's got a note. Check it out. And she grabs the note.
Well, I guess I can't talk to the owl. So the
I'm going to say
that
I would say that note's for me, and I'm going to try to intimidate her into giving it back. I got a 14.
Whoa, man. Whoa, relax. Cool. It's cool. Man, he's a drag. He's terrible. Ugh. Creepy.
I've heard that before.
And they all walk away.
Did they give me the note back?
Yeah, you got the note back.
So I'm going to read the note.
It says, "The joyful end. Dangerous."
And it just had like something signifying the alderman told us this name and that it's a suspect, like colon, the joyful end, dangerous.
I'm going to walk up to the dwarf and tell him to eat this parchment.
I eat it between mouthfuls of bacon and egg.
Seasoning.
It's got
What did I say?
it's got a waxy quality, but it goes down fairly easy.
The metal man may have figured out who killed the storyteller.
Bum bum bum.
But
Now
he
what?
said it's dangerous to ask around too much about it. So why don't we go and look at where we found him now?
Okay, going back to the alleyway.
Okay, I'm gonna roll an investigate check to look around. I got a 4. I wasted all my good rolls during the week making a really useless friend. Jason?
Yep.
Oh, you were just switching the picture. Gotcha.
Yep. Okay.
I find nothing.
So you're back in the alleyway where you found his body. You see, it's quite narrow. These places look amazing in the daytime. You totally get why this would attract people on vacation, on a holiday from their rougher lives in the outer lands. And this is most of what you've known in your lives. But these are the kind of places people get killed.
What do you think, Havel?
Everything's all cleaned up from the night before. No evidence that we can see.
No, they're very good. What they do is they take large barrels of seawater. They clean up everything with with brooms. They throw everything large into a wagon, and then they wash the entire streets with seawater.
Like it never happened,
Like-
because it happens all the time.
Okay, what would you guys like to do?
Can we ask around about where people day drink around here?
In the town square, for sure.
Okay, so let's go find somewhere else where people would be telling stories.
Okay. You hear that there's a down by the docks. There is a place during the day that people will hang out. It's got good shade, so people stay out of the sun. They get lemonade, which is quite a delicious treat. And it's one of the few places that you can actually find ice. So they will ship ice in on the ships, and you can get an iced drink down at the docks.
I would like to experience that, so let's go there.
Okay, you guys get to the port of
Is
Broadwalk.
that owl following us around anymore?
You get to the port of Broadwalk, and you see that there are a number of small rowing boats that 16 to 20 foot long, and out in the harbor there are much larger ocean going vessels. You find that there is indeed it's almost a cafe with awnings that provide shade in the morning and much of the afternoon, and you see people lounging and talking and having conversations and drinking, juices.
I'm gonna tell Havel no fighting and go in and find a table.
It's all
Promises.
it's all outdoor seating here. It's all outdoor seating, but it is in the shade. You walk by a couple, and they're talking, and you overhear them say, "Oh, it's going to be dreadful, I swear. I feel so bad for them. Yes, it's going to be terrible. But what side should we take? It's just so hard to know which side to invest in. I know, but we should let it play out for a little bit first, and then when we see which way it's going, then we'll invest in that side. We'll send them a little bit of help, and when they ultimately win, we will get consideration in kind. Yes, that is how we should do it. Yes. In the meanwhile, we should just make sure our resources are safe, right? Yes, of course we should. Of course we should. Do you think it's really all about the wood? Well, I don't know. I mean, that seems to be what they want. Yes, but why? Why is it so important? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Do people really need that good of a reason to go to war? I mean, we've seen this before. It could be ego. It could be many things. Is it wood? Probably not. But maybe it is wood. Natural resources. I mean, maybe it's a trick. Maybe it's a trick, and really they want to draw them away from the mines so that they can get access to the minerals themselves.
Can I roll like a history check to see if I know who might go to war over wood? Obviously, I know about chopping wood, but that doesn't seem like what they're talking about.
Sure.
I got a 1.
Yeah, no idea.
I don't know. Havel, does that make any sense to you?
I've heard mention of war previously, but I don't know of it yet. Would we know random talk of?
I mean,
what's happening further
Karnath, you're pretty sure after hearing what you've heard and really thought, having thought about it quite a bit, you're pretty sure that it's, it must be some sort of artisans guild that, that has
Yeah.
ornate carving business, and works on commission, and they are going after some sort of prized heartwood of sorts.
Is that the type of wood I was chopping down before I came to Broadwalk?
No.
Okay.
Editor's note: you rolled a 1,
Yeah.
so that's the explanation that works in your head based on a 1.
Should we ask about the alderman if he pokes his head around here at all? Ask a waitress.
I say,
or
go ahead. I'm going to get
bartender.
one of those ice drinks. To try
Okay.
to get the waitress's attention.
You get she comes over. It's actually a he, and he comes over and he says, "What would you like? Would you like?" And he lists off 17 different fruits that you can get iced juice.
Have I heard of any of these fruits before?
You've heard of a fair number of them.
Okay, I'm going to get the lemonade that I heard them talking about in the street with ice, please.
With ice, okay. Okay, that'll be 3 gold pieces.
Okay.
Okay.
We getting broke. We're gonna have to rob some people soon. I think to myself, because we are getting broke.
The price of juice without ice, by the way, is 1 gold piece. 2 gold pieces for the ice.
Well, I'm trying out ice. I never had it before.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it seems like it's sweet.
You're thinking to yourself as you're drinking this, I might need to get rich just so I can drink iced drinks every day. This is pretty
Actually,
amazing.
what I'm thinking is, I wonder if Barabash can make this.
Yeah, probably not. But maybe someday. Okay. What else?
Havel's
So I'm
asking.
trying to talk to the bartender or establishment owner about
All right,
the
good.
alderman if he was around.
Sure. Go ahead and roll.
What am I rolling?
It would be an investigation check. Basic charisma or
10.
or intelligence. He's like, which alderman? I'm sorry, I don't what's his name? I know my customers by name.
Can I describe what he looks like? Because all we got was alderman.
Yeah. That is what you got. Sure. You describe what he looks like, and the bartender's like, yeah, I don't know. I get a lot of people in here. Doesn't sound familiar. Sorry.
In my obtuse dwarven fashion, I will continue with it. What about a man named Frederick? Tall, blonde, shiny armor, talks a lot.
Oh, Frederick. Yeah. What a guy. He's something, boy, that Frederick. He's got some stories. Let me tell you something. That guy has got some stories. I don't know how many of them are true, but they're pretty. I mean, if half of them are true. Whew. Yeah. Why? Do you know Frederick?
He's dead now. We're wondering why.
What did he do?
You tell us.
Are you accusing me of killing Frederick?
Maybe. We don't know.
Who are you? I'm sorry. I don't know you. Who are you? He looks over at a guy in a greasy smock. And he looks at him and he's like, gives a little head nod towards you and frowns. And the guy walks over, starts pretending to clean the glasses, but you can tell he's now paying closer attention.
Has Frederick been here recently?
I don't know any Frederick, sorry. I don't know what you're talking about.
Not the persuasive type of my. I'll look back at Carnath drinking his lemonade and give him a shrug because I can't talk to these people.
I'm going to finish my lemonade and then say, and look over the couple and say, I couldn't help it over here. You said there's going to be a war?
Well, I mean, how else do you interpret it? I mean, what do you think? Things don't just burn down by accident, you know, with that many people from that many places when they were coming together to strike a peace. No.
Sorry, I just got into town. What are you talking about?
Well, the fire, of course. The fire. They killed everyone
Where?
at the manor. How have you not heard of this?
I got into town like yesterday.
So that was recent? Recent news?
It was 2 weeks ago. Listen, I'm sorry. Do I know you? Where are you from?
I'm from far to the east. I came into town. I was working with, I think you guys call them lumberjacks. We were cutting down trees, and then we got paid. And they
what type of trees?
regular trees, I guess.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Oh, I see. You're one of those clearing crews. You're clearing it for the road. Yes.
Maybe. I didn't ask what they were doing.
Be gone. Nice. Have a good day. Good day to you. They.
Not very friendly. And then I'll walk over to Hevel.
You can roll. You could still roll a persuasion to get them back in your graces.
And I will say, I mean, I'm not just a member of a clearing crew. Like, I've done mercenary work before. So if there's a war and you know something about, about it, that could, maybe you could help me out. And I roll an 11.
I'm sure if you are needed, you'll be called, and I'm sure at the appropriate time there will be a call for people such as yourself.
But you said a lot of people died in a fire. What was that?
Well, it was the Council on Shared Economic Prosperity.
All right.
Each
history.
region.
Okay. What's that?
Well, each region. Well, see, I just don't have time for this today. But you probably ask. We're trying to have a nice drink here in the shade. Please move
Of course.
along.
I'm sorry. Do you know somebody who might know more about this?
I mean,
Is less busy?
It was the biggest news. Maybe go to the Broadwalk Gazette. They've been writing on it extensively.
Okay. I'm gonna go get Haviland and be like, we're going to the Gazette.
Fine. They don't even have ale here. What's the point?
This lemonade is delicious, and I'll give him whatever is left of mine.
Okay.
Too sweet.
And so I will ask around to figure out where the Gazette is, because I don't know where it is.
Yeah, it's not far. In fact, you go back to the center of town and you will find the Gazette. It's a tiny little place. There is just a printing press in there, and there is a guy essentially printing out small flyers with the news of the day.
Have we seen any of these around town?
You have not.
I'm going to tell Havel he should go get one of those flyers.
I'll go get one. Are they being handed out or in the pile? What's going on?
No, you have to buy one, of course.
How much?
2 gold pieces.
Can I see the cover? Does it look relevant at all to what we're looking for?
No, you can't see the cover. You can see the logo. That's about it.
I will look back at Carnath and do one of these.
I'm gonna nod at him and then like say, "Let's go."
Roll persuasion. No, that's okay. I will spend 2 gold begrudgingly to buy a Gazette.
Okay. You get the Gazette from yesterday? Is that what you're doing?
Sure. If today's isn't ready.
Oh, you want today's? Sure. Okay, 2 gold pieces. You get the Gazette from today, and it talks about their basic statistics, which entertainers performed at which clubs. You get a little update that the cleaning crew in the morning collected 7 bodies, 4 of which were drunk, 3 which were dead. The 4 drunkards are expected to recover. The 3 dead are not expected to recover. There are other things like which ships docked from which locations, and which and there's a small update on the progress of the roads. So there's a road system from Broadwalk to Harboron, which is now 30% complete. There's one extra line in there that says once that is complete, it's expected that trade from the mining towns, trade and entertainment will increase by a significant amount, and it will help the economy of Broadwalk. That's what you got from yesterday.
Nothing about the manor in this one. Maybe you should talk to the writer?
Is it like clear where the other ones are? Like back ones? Like other piles?
No.
I'm gonna say, does any of this make any sense to you?
I'm not from here. I don't know. A lot of info. Nothing particular about what we need, I don't think.
What was the name of that meeting that was at the manor that burned down? What was the name of the group?
Council on Shared Economic Prosperity.
All right, let's go ask the Alderman about the Council on Shared Economic Prosperity. Because I don't know what that is.
Well, it's not a thing anymore, I guess.
Just as you are ready to leave, you see the printing press operator walk out the front door of the Gazette, and he's basically wringing a mat out that has too much ink on it, and he's dipping it into a solution in a barrel next to the door, and he looks at you all and he says, "What do you want?"
We're trying to find out about that fire at the manor with the Council on Shared Economic Prosperity, but there was nothing in the news for today.
Well, that was 2 weeks ago.
Do you still have a newspaper from 2 weeks ago?
Oh, I probably do in the archive somewhere. Sure, if you want to If you must see it, sure. That will be 5 gold for my time, of course, to go into the archive and find that particular release. But I'm sure I could.
What if I just go in and you tell me where the last couple weeks are and we
There's
read all
no
those?
chance I'm letting you into my archives. I have a very complicated system. No one understands it. There's no chance you're doing that.
Okay, I'll be back. How long are you here for?
Until I'm done. I got 200 copies to go, and I'm done.
I'm going to go and ask Alderman about this because that seems like it's much cheaper.
Okay.
And, I spent all week making friends with him. I spent all night making friends with him.
The best of friends. You stole his boots.
Yeah. He doesn't know that. He was asleep at the time.
He knows he doesn't have his boots.
Yeah, but he was asleep. He doesn't know.
Okay. You guys get back to the Alderman, who is just wondering why he hasn't been let go or killed.
I'm going to ask him what the Council on Shared Economic Prosperity is.
Roll.
15.
Okay. He tells you that the Council on the Articles of Shared Prosperity was a summit that was called by Vestment Intermodal, your old boss, to discuss the economy of trade between regions. Each government was requested to have emissaries travel to Broadwalk for a 5-day summit. Vestment, Harboron, Matria are all aligned in urging Esmeralda to open up a huge forest known as the Tallwood to logging. Harboron needs the lumber to increase production, mine shaft reinforcements, and wagon production. Matria is experiencing a food crisis due to overcrowding and wants the woods cleared to make room for more farming to feed their people. And the last piece is the Clergy from far to the east across the mountains has not stated publicly what they want. The lumber does not appear to be a major concern for them, as they typically use sandstone for building. They receive their sandstone from the quarries of Harboron, but not in the quantities that would dictate their policy towards wood production. There are those in Esmeralda's wizened council who would like to expand trade and think the forest, the tallwood specifically, are a perfect source of raw materials with which to start that trade. But one holdout has consistently warned against increased production.
And so what happened at the Dividian Manor?
I already told you.
There was a fire. You don't know who caused it?
I have no idea.
Does anybody?
I wouldn't ask. Again, I just want to get out of town at this point. This is bad. Just somebody knows that I'm talking to you right now. I'm probably going to get killed the minute I walk out of the door. I'm probably dead already.
Then why do you want to leave so badly?
The longer I'm here, the more they're going to think I told you.
Who's they?
I've already said too much.
It's just you and me here, and Havel,
And
and Jorge, and Barabash, and Craig.
I don't think we're there. I think we left.
Oh, you left?
Sure.
Yeah, we were going to the manor.
Yeah, sure. Nobody saw us come in here. Nobody saw you come and go. Sure. Yeah, well, just us, of course.
I mean, if you want to be dead, if that would be easier. I mean, I think we've gotten to know each other. I think that you can stick around.
He's told you all he's going to tell you.
All right, I'm gonna look over at Fakes and see if he has enough to pretend to be this guy.
Nothing yet.
And then I'm gonna go into the other room with Hevel and be like, "Did anything that guy said make any sense to you at all?"
He's afraid.
Okay,
Afraid
not
man.
about that. He's clearly afraid. What is this, like, trade over trees? Are people over here really that serious about trees?
If that's all they have. If your one resource is expensive, rare trees, people can die over that.
Okay, cut to the manor. Jorge and Barabash
Go to the banner.
are at the manor. You see the walls. The tops of the walls are 20 feet tall, charred, baked, and there is still even some smoldering ruins inside. There are two large gates that have burned completely through, and you can see inside, and it is just a complete devastation. It's about an acre. It's about 2 acres total inside of the walls, and everything inside is just completely burned to the ground.
Is it guarded at all, or can we kind of just go up to it and
Yeah, you can go up to it. It's no longer guarded.
I would like to cast guidance on myself, and I would like to have my familiar also kind of spread out and take a look. Maybe it gets a look from above, but I want to try and find anything of note that isn't, unrecognizably charred. Any piece of interest, if there is any. Or any signs of how this fire might have started. That would also be a big thing I'd be looking for.
Well, how much do you know about fire?
Well, I'm pretty intelligent.
Okay.
But I guess, I don't know.
Make a DC 20 insight check.
Insight?
Investigation, sorry.
Oh, okay. Can I add my guidance to that?
Yes.
All right. Okay, so hold on. So that's a 13 before the guidance. Where's my D4? It's a 14 total.
Nope. Yeah, you're not clear.
Nope.
You do notice that there's one figure that is standing under a tree on the outside of the walls, just sort of observing the manor. He sees you looking around, and he starts to walk away casually.
does he see me as well?
No.
Can I shapeshift into a cat and follow him?
Sure.
Okay. So I'm just regular little alley cat. And
Okay.
I want to see where he goes.
You follow him to the town square, and he walks into the middle of the town square and sits down.
Okay. Can I stay there and observe him while other things happen to see if he meets with anybody or if there's anything substantial?
You can, but the young people see the cute little kitty and they start playing with you. Oh, what's your name? Oh, dude, look at him. He's got a personality and everything. You can see it in his eyes. Oh, this guy's cool, man. And the guy
Okay.
just sits down. Jorge, where are you?
Well, so I guess I imagine it would have probably I was still like investigating. I imagine that took a little bit of time. So I don't find really anything interesting yet, or at all?
No.
Nothing
You
out of the ordinary.
Nope.
I'm gonna ritual cast detect magic over the next 15 minutes just to make sure none of these things like these smoldering remains, especially, or anything in this area is magical
All
at
right.
all.
Cut back to the apartment with the alderman.
So what if we can help you get out of town? Surely there's some money in it.
Well, I'm sure I can make arrangements. I don't carry money. Obviously, I told you I don't carry money, so it's not a thing I do.
What if I help you get out of town and then you tell me where your money is? And then I go get it.
I could make arrangements. Sure. Yes, sure.
You'll probably need your boots for that.
I would very much like my boots back, yes.
I'll go into the other room and get him his boots.
Okay. Ah, thank you so much. Thank you. So you'll help me. You'll help me get out of town.
Yeah, we'll protect you while you get out of town.
This is
Clearly you're
For a
better than your
price.
last
This is very
bodyguard.
good. This is very good. Yes, let's do
And then
this.
you'll tell us where your money is so we can go get it.
Let's do this yes, I will. What I will do is when I'm safe, I will send a note, and it will let the people back here know that they are to pay you a handsome sum, a reasonable sum, for transport, and I will make those arrangements. Yes, I
I'm gonna
will.
look over at
Please.
Havel to share I wasn't born yesterday look with my new dwarf friend.
We'll do an insight check.
Arms crossed.
I'm bad at insight, but I rolled an 18. So insight is an 18.
You haven't gotten the sense that he's lied to you, and you don't get the sense that he's lying to you now.
Like, what if I help you get out of town and you tell Havel where the money is and give him the note now?
I don't keep the money.
Well, you could give him the note. You can give him the note now.
Then why wouldn't you just kill me? No, it's crazy. I'm not stupid.
I'm a man of my word.
I don't know you.
I could have killed you yesterday. I wanted to kill you yesterday, but I didn't kill you, and now we're best friends.
This is going to come down to trust. You trust me, I trust you. I get free, I get safe, you get money. It seems reasonable to me.
What if we go with you to where it's safe, and then you just pay us there?
Let me think about this. Is there anyone there?
The wilderness is dangerous. Even the
Yes.
companies.
No, let me think. Is there anyone from my family that would have money to pay? Well, it's not going to be as much money, but what I can tell you is my uncle at Miss Lake does have a small cache of gold that he could pay you. That would be yes, it would be about half what I could give you the other way, but perhaps I could send a note for the other half back to Broadwalk and pay my uncle back as well. Yes, that could be done. Yes, we could do that.
Okay, let's go discuss it with Barabash and Hooray. Fakes, will you watch him?
Just do Jorge because I want to watch the guy in case.
Yeah, we don't know you're a cat. We won't even see you.
Okay.
So we're gonna go. We're gonna ask Fakes where Hooray went and Barabash went.
Okay.
Did he tell us that they went to the manor?
I don't remember.
Yeah, that's where we would have clued in Fakes to where we were going.
Okay,
So
so
he would
then
know
we'll go
that.
to the manor to find Barabash and Jorge.
Yeah, so I'm still there poking around, casting my detect magic.
Okay, cut back to town square.
Okay.
Bearbash, you are in feline form, and the sort of vagabonds, the young vagabonds, are playing with you. You're a good distraction for them as they dance and prance. But then suddenly you hear a scream, and the crowd sort of dissipates a little bit from the center, and you see a monk sitting alone, and he is completely covered in pitch. Right, we're talking about like pitch from a tree sap, right? Completely covered in it, and he screams, "There is no life without pain. You all must repent. You all come for the easy life, the good life. The only way to salvation is pain." And he strikes a flint and immolates himself, screaming, dying, burning to death, screaming alive. The entire center is the center square is completely cleared out. Everyone, you can smell the burning flesh and tar, and everyone screams and runs away.
So the man that I followed here at this point, is he lost in the chaos?
Yes, he is lost in the chaos.
Okay. I would like to retreat from the square, but kind of like watch the aftermath of this. Is there anything else I can see that's worthwhile or that's interesting or that sticks out, or is this man just kind of in a ball of flame and dying now?
Yeah, and it's a surprisingly long death and a surprisingly long burn. The amount of pitch that he had on himself just is taking forever to go out. And no one is stepping forward to save him. No one is stepping forward to put him out. No one is stepping forward to remove him. The vagabonds just ran away.
Okay, I would like while I'm in feline form, am I able to communicate with Jorge, Carnath, and Havel?
Not until you get back together with them.
Okay, I would like to leave the town square and bring this bizarre news back to the Dividian Manor where we're all together now.
Back to the apartment or the manor?
The manor. While staying in feline form.
All right, so you get back to Jorge, and you tell him what you just saw.
Yeah, so thoughts on that?
Well, that's a monk setting himself on fire, and we lost our man, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I'm going to assume here that Carnath is able to tell us what they heard they were at the town square earlier, and I would just like to point out the connection between the tree sap on the monk lighting himself on fire and these tall wood special type of trees that seem to be so important in this kind of resource war. Maybe there's a connection there.
So I'm going to explain that the Alderman is willing to pay us to get him out of town, and that this city is really expensive and clearly crazy. So that seems like killing two birds with one stone.
I do agree that we need coin. I can't think of any immediate connection between this monk, though quite an astute observation regarding this tree sap pitch. Perhaps we take this job and try and think on any possible connections of some of this new information we've learned.
Do we think that traveling with the Alderman getting the Alderman out of town after he's told us time and time again that Fake's house is likely being watched and that they who shall not be named might already be onto him, Is it smart to continue with him, or are we okay if he doesn't make it out of town?
If it's not, Talat just claimed him.
Okay.
I think it also, say we are beset, we can either give the man up and run if we think our lives are in danger, or if we protect this man and fight off his attackers, maybe there are more clues to be had among whoever might want him dead.
Yeah, I think going with him is probably the best way to get more information.
Yeah, and I think certainly we need to find some sort of employment before we're priced out of the town entirely with nothing to show for it.
So I don't know how much he's paying us, and apparently we get half at wherever he's safe. And then he gives us a letter to come back and get the other half. Doesn't seem like a great deal, but this town sucks.
Yeah. Perhaps we should clarify his price, but no, I agree that this town doesn't. It's certainly not for the light of coin, and I don't know about the rest of you, but I certainly find myself in that population.
I couldn't even pay to go into a library, so
I think we may be left with no choice.
I still have 9 gold coins. Is it worth seeing if that archive keeper is not done yet? Do we want the newspaper from the night the manor burned down?
I mean, it costs like the amount of 2 newspapers to read all of the newspapers. So you could read like 2 weeks worth of newspapers.
Yeah, but that one in particular might have information. The alderman, though, probably since he's the one that benefited from the manor burning down, I feel like we could probably, there's still maybe more information regarding that he might be willing to give up.
We can always go back to the archive later.
Yeah. Okay, so should we go back to Alderman now and kind of get that ball rolling?
Sure. I'm also going to tell about how great ice is. I'm going to tell Barabash about ice and it's this cold. And it makes you drink cold, and lemonade is sweet and it's delicious. And I'm asking him if he knows how to make ice.
I know how to freeze H2O. If that answers your question. But can Jorge's familiar? Did that find anything, or was that a dead end?
I think that was included in my investigation, which didn't yield anything, unless Jason says otherwise.
That was it.
Okay. Yeah. My owl is back with me then.
Is there like a job board somewhere that we could also look at to see if there's a better option?
No, not really.
Okay, well, let's go find out what this alderman's going to pay us to get him out of town.
Okay. How much do you want?
I'm going to remind him that, as he told me overnight, he gets what he pays for. So if he doesn't want us to just turn him over at the first sign of, unconquerable trouble, he's going to have to pay for it.
I suppose my uncle probably has 20 gold pieces, so I could double that. Could probably come up with that.
I'm going to just touch Karnath on the shoulder and give him guidance in case he chooses to discuss further.
So that's not much of a life, only worth 40 gold pieces.
How much is your life worth right now?
Yeah, I'm not the one that needs protection.
Aren't you, though? I think we're all in danger.
Our protection to ourselves is free of charge.
While this conversation is happening and I'm in cat form, can I kind of just like roam the outside of the house and see if there's anybody watching or anybody trying to intrude, or let's just keep general watch in case there's anything to be seen.
Sure.
Let's see that perception, Shane. How good a watcher are you?
Should I roll?
Yep.
20? No, I'm asking, is it D20?
Yes, D20.
Okay.
As a cat, you also have advantage on any smell-related perception.
Yeah, so I rolled a 2.
Okay.
You got
Find a ball of yarn.
The downside of being a cat is you do get easily distracted.
Yeah.
And there are plenty of rodents around to distract you.
Okay. All right. We tried.
One thing you hear out there, though, is the faint scream of "Free men must be free! Free men must be free!"
Is that very far off? Does that sound like it's
Yeah, it's quite far off. It's
quite far off?
Yeah, blocks away.
Okay. Interesting. I'll keep that in mind.
Be like, it seems to me like your life ought to be worth, like 500 gold pieces.
I don't. I've had this job for 2 weeks. Please.
I'm sure you can find it.
Do you think you'd ever save up 500 gold pieces in a town like this? Please.
Well, if I didn't pay for anything, yeah, it sounds like that would be pretty easy to do.
No, I tire of this.
Well, what do you know that would be worth 500 gold pieces then?
I have no idea. Please, let me go or help me.
Perhaps 50 gold pieces might incentivize us slightly more.
20 gold pieces is all my uncle has, but I will do my best to get the other 30 when I get to Miss Lake.
All right.
A modest payday is better than no payday.
Yes, I think that may be. I think there's a good deal of truth in that saying, Havel. What do we think, Karnath? We may have to settle.
And say, well, it gets us out of this town. Does anybody know anything about Miss Lake?
I don't. Yeah, do I know anything about Miss Lake?
No.
Can't be a worse town than this one. People burning themselves in the streets. Murder is just like a thing.
Hopefully, it's cheaper as well.
Can't be more expensive.
How far is it? Will we have to rent a cart, or can we walk?
Can the Alderman describe us the basic journey? The journey there, what that looks like?
Get out of here, cat.
Yeah, so there's a few different ways to go. There's the northern route, which is longer but is fairly clear. There is potential of banditry on the road, but it takes a road. Then there's a central path which goes through the mountains, but there is a pass. It's faster, so the northern route takes 5 days. The central route is a 3-day journey. And then there is the southern route, which goes through Matria. So you will enter another city. And there is there's a difficult journey through the Tallwood itself to get to Miss Lake from there.
That sounds like an interesting way to go. I know that there's probably going to be a war over there, and people pay mercenaries a lot better than this guy.
Yeah,
I would
going.
suggest we go through Mist Lake.
How many days is the southern way?
That's a 4-day journey.
And the northern road was how many days? 7?
5 days.
5. Okay.
Yep.
3 for
But the central route through the mountains, which I'm in favor of, is only 3. Quicker trip, quicker pay.
Seeing the tall wood might be beneficial to the overall kind of power play.
I'm gonna explain to Havel again that the people said that like there's some controversy about the Tallwood, and where there's controversy, there's coin.
We may learn more about this tussle at Dividian Manor if they were discussing elements of this tall wood and these economic disputes. I support either the central route or the southern route. I agree that some information could be gained and also some coin from follow-up jobs. But if we just want to get it over with, I'm sure we can handle the central path.
We have to go through another city before we get to the Tallwood, before we get to the Mist Lake when we go the southern route. So maybe we can, maybe there'll be more opportunity. Maybe there's more room for opportunity overall on the southern way.
It sounds like, as a group, we're leaning towards the southern path. We have two in favor, specifically. I wouldn't mind. Havel, are you opposed?
Not opposed. Only have my preference, but I'll follow the money.
Well, I think with that, it sounds like it's decided, unless there's any other points.
It's decided. Okay, so you.
Once it's decided, I'm going to turn around and just knock the alderman out again.
All right.
Because he's a pain in the ass, and it seems much easier to carry him if he's asleep.
Should we wake him up if the knockout goes through? Because, carrying a body out of Broadwalk might be tougher than...
I have a chest. He'll fit.
Okay.
I certainly can't carry you.
That's fine.
Once he's knocked out, I'm going to get my chest.
Okay, you put him in the chest.
And then I'm going to put him in the chest.
So now we can discreetly get him out of Broadwalk, which might be good, maybe.
How airtight is this chest, Karnath? I'm going to inspect this chest to make sure the guy can breathe.
Okay. Go ahead. I don't care if you inspect the chest.
Well, I only rolled a 9. I don't know how poor my chest investigating skills are. I do have a passive 15 perception or investigation. I don't know if it matters.
You don't think it would be healthy to be stuck in there?
Karnath, I'm not sure if this man dies in the chest here before we get him to his destination. We won't get paid at all.
You only have to be in here long enough until we're out of town.
I don't know if I agree with this plan of action, but you're the man with the battle axe.
What if I take this dagger and the hammer and make a hole in the side?
All right, you do that. It works.
Fantastic.
Okay. Now, as we head out, can I trail as a cat from one direction and Jorge's familiar maybe be guidance?
Flying recon.
Yeah. Can we get multiple points of kind of surveillance here?
Sure, do a stealth check.
Okay, how do I do that?
Roll 20. Add your stealth modifier.
But with the cat dexterity, which is +2.
So 11 plus, I rolled an 11 plus 2?
Mm-hmm.
13.
Okay. All right. 13, you approximate a normal cat. So
Perfect.
You're seen, but you're not noticed.
Do I need to roll anything for my owl keeping Eyes above.
No.
Okay.
Flying is a little
And
bit.
then I'm gonna hold one end of the chest and suggest that Havel hold the other.
I'll put it on my shoulder because that's about as tall as I am.
All right. You guys get out of the city of Broadwalk and on to the road to Matria. What you notice over the first day's journey is coming the other direction towards the city are just a ton of young people. Like you've met in the town square. They're just young people sort of heading into Broadwalk.
Vegas, baby.
And they're all sort of unwashed and grimy, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna do it, and I'm gonna be a singer, and I'm gonna be an actor, and it's gonna be great. And I know a guy, he's a bartender there now, but he's going to be an actor. He says it's just a matter of time till someone notices him, and once he does that, I'll have his job. And it's all about who you know. It's just all about who you know. It's going to be great.
I'm gonna scoff at them.
Occasionally, you'll see a person, or they're always in a small group heading towards Broadwalk, but they're always alone when they're leaving. And you'll occasionally see just a broken person, sleeping under a tree, sort of heading back, but very few, much less.
Okay. After we're out of town for a couple hours, I'm gonna open the chest and try to wake this guy up.
He wakes up. You come around a bend and you're sort of at a small cove. So what you're doing is heading south along the coastline, right? And you find a small cove and you get him out, and he starts screaming, "This is not the deal. How would you treat me like this? I can't believe this."
No, you're out of town.
And no one saw him.
We had
No
to be
one saw
sure. Yes. We had to be sure that no one would see you leaving, because, as you astutely pointed out, perhaps eyes have been watching, and if they don't see you leave,
You could have just
Yeah.
asked me to get into
No.
the chest.
that-
You could have asked
Or
me.
speak
I
to
could
Karnath on that
again
point.
and put you back in the chest.
It was a learning experience for all of us, Alderman.
I can't believe this.
We're not human traffickers. We are innocent
He kicks.
mercenaries.
He
Well,
kicks.
we are human traffickers now.
Well, now we are. We're learning on the job.
He has a small temper tantrum. You can try to calm him down, or you can let him.
I'm
Have a
going
tantrum.
to point out that it was flawless. Nobody followed us or saw us, and for all they know, he's dead, which is perfect for him.
All right, roll persuasion.
21. The only person I can do anything is the alderman.
Your buddy.
I guess it's fine. Jeez, my jaw it legitimately hurts. Why?
I hit you with an axe yesterday. Calm down. About your jaw.
Just then he looks out across the water, and his eyes get wide.
I try
Roll
to track
initiative.
what he's looking for. Oh, all right.
Ooh, 19.
11. Yeah, I'll put it in.
20 for Havel.
D20 again?
Yep.
Add your dexterity.
I got I rolled a 2 and my dexterity is 2, so 4.
Okay. All right, just then,
Barabash is hit or miss.
out of the depths, you see a number of figures, green, scaly skin with horrific faces, purple armor. They step out and attack. They actually have a 21 initiative. That's number 1, right?
Yep.
Okay, they get a sneak attack, and there are. Let's see how many there are. There are 5 total. One looks like they might be a caster. One looks like a leader, and then 3 of them are regular, medium-sized humanoids, green skin, purple armor. And they attack. So the first thing they do is throw a spear. One of them hits. So let's see, who does it hit? There are how many of you? 6?
Depends if Fakes is.
Fakes counts, and so does the Alderman. Does that make 6?
Yes.
6.
Okay.
I'm in feline form still, right?
No.
No, okay. Fair enough.
You're at the end of the day.
It's been a while.
Okay, number 5 would be the. Let's see. We're gonna do. That would be the Alderman. And he has an armor class of 12, and they're gonna hit and do 4 points of damage. Oh, and he falls down. Oh, he starts groaning. He's still hurt from the night before. All
Does
right.
he look seriously wounded?
Not seriously wounded, but he's definitely wounded.
Definitely making a
Oh.
meal of
And I just have a question for you, Jason.
Yep.
Do you roll death saves for NPCs like this, or like if he goes down,
Yeah.
is he dead?
No, I will.
Okay.
I'll roll, since he's in your party right now as an NPC.
Okay. Thanks.
Yep. Okay, so now the leader. Oof. Okay, he rolls an 18. He looks at the group and he's going to go after the. He's going to go after Havel. Looks like the biggest threat. So that is he throws a trident at you and hits 13 points of damage.
ouch.
Next, the caster is going to cast Guiding Bolt. And she's going to hit Karnath. Guiding Bolt.
18.
And she rolls a. Sorry. Yep, she hits. It's a 22. Guiding Bolt is tough. 4d6 damage. It's going to be a tough one. 17 points. Guiding Bolt.
Ouch.
Oof. Oh. All right. Havel, it's your initiative.
Woo! That hurt. We're going to rip the trident out of my arm. We're going to go ahead and do a little rage here and yell, "Let's go, boys!" And I'm assuming they are close enough to be moved into and attacked.
You can step into the shallows to where it's up to about your waist. It's like their knees, so they're in the water still, but you can wade out there.
We're going full hog to the nearest one. I assume would be a standard guy with his whatnot. And we'll do my frenzy. So next round I'll get 2 attacks, but this one I'll do my reckless attack with my warhammer. Give myself advantage. The first one is a 16.
That is a hit.
That is a hit. We are doing it. So 9 points of damage.
Still alive though. Who's next? 19. Karnath?
I am. So I am going to use my Hexblade's Curse on that spellcaster. And then I'm going to walk forward while summoning Talacha. And then attack the same guy that Havel just attacked.
Okay.
I got a 21 to hit. If that hits, I did
That is a hit.
10 damage.
Okay, and how much did you do?
I did 9.
So, okay. Still alive, but very hurt. Very, very hurt.
I also look real fucked up. In case anyone is wondering.
All right, looks like that would be me next.
Yep.
Okay. Can I cast? So I would like to cast Sleep Upcast at a 2nd level. Can I get it in a way that it does not hit my allies, but hits all 4, or I'm sorry, all 5 of the enemies? Or do I have to?
I think they're probably too spread out for that.
How many could I get? I'd like to.
Yeah, you could get
hit
3
the
for sure.
caster. Can I get the caster?
You can get the caster and one other.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, that's worth it. I will upcast it to 2nd level, and it's 25 HP, starting with the lowest one and working up.
Okay, and no save. Is that right?
Yeah, it's just if anyone's under 25
Yep.
HP.
So you take out one of the standard humanoids.
Okay, so one of the mooks, but the caster is unaffected.
Unaffected.
Okay. That's my turn.
Okay, who's next? Bearbash?
Yeah, so I have a entangle spell. Could I? So it says within a 20-foot vine sprout from the ground in a 20-foot square. How many attackers can I hit within those 20 feet?
You can get 3 of them.
I can get 3 of them. Okay, I would like to do that. Do I click on cast?
Yeah. And then it tracks how many you did. But it doesn't roll any of the dice for you.
Okay. So I roll d20 or
let me look.
I believe they have to make a saving throw.
Yeah, they do. They do. All right, so they're gonna each make a saving throw.
And the DC should be
Like 13.
I think it's 12 for him. I think he's only +2 to his wisdom.
16, 16, and 17. They all save. It's a really good thought, though. That's something you should hang on to. So this kelp, the kelp in the seabed, start to climb up around them. But since they're native creatures of the sea, they are easily able to navigate their way out of the climbing kelp and get away. Okay, is that top of the order?
Unless Fakes or the Alderman, I guess, are active participants.
The Alderman is going to see, he doesn't have a weapon, so he's going to move away and take cover. And Fakes seems to be distracted. Okay, it's their turn. So one is down, one is hurt, and we are going back to. Okay, so we got one runs up to Havel and makes a biting attack and a claw attack. And here we go. Oh, oof. Your armor class is what?
17.
17. It's a +3 to hit, and they rolled a 15. That is one hit with a claw attack, doing 3 points of damage.
So half to 2.
Yes. Okay. Now, the other attacks. Ooh, 2 hits, 6 points of damage. 3 each. All right. Now the priestess. She is going to create a spiritual weapon, a trident. She begins casting that, and that is her move. And the leader, the Baron, will come out of the water to collect his trident. And he is going to slash at Karnath on his way. He's going to do a bite and a slash. And both miss. He seems to have, but at the end of his turn, he picks up his trident. And he squares off around again. Okay, who's next? Abel?
That'll be me. So I'll do an attack on the one I just hit. With reckless, of course, but it is a 16 again.
It's a hit. He's dead.
Boom. And next attack on the other guy that came up on me. And that is only a 12.
That's a hit.
That's still a hit. All right.
That's a hit.
We'll take it. For 6 points of damage.
6 points. All right. Who's up next?
I am.
Okay.
I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Hex on this guy who just attacked me, the chieftain.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to attack him.
Okay.
Does a 16 hit him?
16 is a hit. Just
Okay.
barely.
So I do 8 plus 4 slashing damage. Magic slashing damage is 11. And then 3 necrotic damage from the...
Dirty, foul, dry, foul creatures. How much was that? 12 total?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay, next.
Was that a minor wound to this chieftain, or?
No, it was a significant wound, but he's not nearly dead or anything.
Sure.
He's not slowed or anything.
Yeah. Okay. So I am going to go with. So I didn't get the. Do we? I'm gonna go with a healing, or a cure wounds to Karnath. I'm gonna walk up behind him as long as I don't like trigger attack of opportunity to do so.
Nope.
Oh, only 4 points. Sorry, bud.
More than 0.
All right,
That's
Barabash.
Who has less health, Havel or Karnath?
I have 13.
Him.
He has less. Okay. I would like to cast Healing Word, which I believe it says is D4 plus my spell casting. Where do I see my spell casting?
Yours is wisdom.
Mine is Wisdom. Okay. So that would be a +2. Let me roll this. So that's a 3. 1 plus 2. So I'll give that to him, I guess. It's 7 overall.
Okay.
That's a bonus action. You can cast a cantrip or attack. You still have your
Okay.
action. You just can't cast another leveled spell.
Oh, okay. Is like the fireball spell I was using last week, is that a cantrip? Control
That's
flames?
a cantrip, yeah.
Okay. So I would like to form the firebolt in my hand as well. And if I fire it at the spellcaster who's charging her spell, does it interrupt it?
It has a chance to, yes, but she does
Okay.
have resistance to fire.
Okay, I would like to do it anyway for the chance at disrupting the spell.
Okay.
So you roll a d20.
Wait. You're doing two. You don't have two actions.
Healing
He
word's
has
a bonus action.
Healing word.
But is that a bonus action? Healing word?
Yeah,
says
my
one
cure
d8.
wounds was an action.
Okay. All right. Good.
So roll the d20.
Yep.
All right, I landed 7, and it's plus what? What am I adding to it?
2 for
That's
your
a miss.
proficiency plus your wisdom.
Yeah, so it would be 9.
That's a miss.
Okay.
It should be 11.
Okay. Is that top of the order?
Yep.
Okay. The priestess casts a spell, and she each of her companions starts to glow blue. She casts healing word, mass healing word on them. Okay. All right. Then one of the standard raiders will make 2 attacks on Havel. One hit for 3 points of damage. Then his companion attacks you again. Oh! Natural 20.
I'm going to use my reaction to make him re-roll that with Chronal Shift, and I reach out my hand and almost turn back the clock.
Okay, and with that, he has a 17. Your armor class is 18, is that right?
This mine is 18.
Mine is 17. So it hits me.
That's a hit. Okay, so that is a 3 points of damage. So then the leader, the Baron, has his trident, comes towards Karnath with furious intention, says something in a different language.
Primordial?
And he
Is it
has
primordial? Then I'll say something with that.
his 17, 17, and 21. What's your armor class?
Mine armor class is 18, so I get hit once.
Okay, that's good. That's a good thing. 11 points of damage.
Jesus.
All right. Now you see that a spiritual trident is floating above the priestess, and it is Havel's turn.
Time to smack this guy up twice. So first attack is a 24 to hit.
It's a hit.
19. Ooh, but roll the 1 for damage, so 4. And then, so the second attack is a 17.
It's a hit.
And there, that's better. A 12 damage.
Okay, that's good. He's hurt. Be in real rough shape if it wasn't for that healing word. Karnath, that is you.
Okay, I'm going to cast my second pack spell. I'm going to cast Wrathful Smite as my bonus action. And then I'm going to attack this dude. And get a 12 plus 6 is 18.
That's a hit.
So I do D8 plus 2D6, and he needs to make a wisdom check against DC 13 or be afraid of me. I do...
It's a miss.
So I do 5 plus 4 is 9, 15 damage to him. So 9 magical slashing, 3 necrotic, and 3.
He is hurt. He is scared. He is backing away slowly.
And then, yeah,
You
the
can
other
see
one
he already feels like he's been out of the water too long.
is.
So does it appear he's retreating from us?
He is trying to retreat, yes.
He's afraid of me while I chatter on at him in Primordial.
Oh, right. You feared him. I am going to, as I see him backing away, I'm going to try and finish the job with magical missiles that shoot out from my quarterstaff, the crystal embedded upon it. They will automatically hit for... Let's see. Wait, what's this doing? Okay, hold on. Oh, it doesn't roll them all at once. 3. All right, so that's 5. No, D&D Beyond. Let me know. Okay, sorry. 5, 10. One more. Oh my god. Why doesn't it just cast them all at once?
Dice, real dice are so much better. I need to start using them.
That'll be 12 damage.
Okay.
Total.
All right. Barabash.
So right now the lizard spellcaster has a trident above their head,
Yes.
and it looks like they're about to use that probably their next turn.
Yes.
Okay, so I have Droidcraft that has 30-foot range. I would like to back up as much as I possibly can while being in the 30-foot range of the spellcaster, and I would like to, if I use that, can I, like if I do Falling Leaves in a 5-foot radius in front of the spellcaster's face, will that reduce the odds that the Triton hits its target? Was it like, would that distract her?
No.
No? Okay.
Probably not. And here's the reason why, because really, this weapon has a sort of a life force of its own, and she's just going to point at Havel, you think, and it's going to attack Havel. And it's not so much a something she has to aim.
Okay. Does she, if she were to be engulfed in fog, would it affect the attack at all?
That would give her disadvantage, so that would be a yes.
Okay. I would like to cast Fog Cloud on the 20 feet around, with her being the center of the fog. Yes.
Okay. All right. That is also going to affect Havel's attack rolls and the other Sagwin.
Can I ask my party if that's something that is worthwhile?
Nope.
No.
Okay, you do it. It works.
Got it.
And the Havel is now beset in fog. He's attacked. Oh! One of them falls down and misses. The priestess comes after Havel with a, let's see, what are we talking about here? With a 17, a 17, and a 14. 17 hits, right?
Havel, yes.
Yep. Okay. So that is. Oh wait, no, she's at disadvantage. Sorry. Okay, that's just one hit for. For 11 points of damage.
Is this magical or is
This
this
is
still
magical
halves?
damage. Yep.
All right, I am looking quite rough,
It is.
but we're
That's
still kicking.
force damage taken by the spiritual weapon. All right. Okay. Now the Baron is walking away, but he is going to throw his trident at Karnath.
He's afraid of me. He can't.
What's that?
He's afraid of me.
He can't attack you while moving away?
All he can do is run away from me.
All right. Well, he escapes into the water. Good. Havel.
He has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of its fear is within line of sight.
Disadvantage.
And he
Yeah.
can't willingly move closer to the source of its fear.
No, I get it. Okay. So it's disadvantage.
But if he walks away, I can attack him.
Okay, he misses all of his attacks.
All right, I want to take my attack of opportunity when he walks away.
Okay.
I rolled a 1 and then a 12. So
Nope.
I did not kill myself.
Right. All right. Havel, you are now immersed in fog. You have disadvantage. You are beset by a Sagwan raider and a priestess who want to kill you. You are submerged up to your waist in water. It is their home territory. You feel like you have waded literally into danger.
That's my middle name. I'm not beset by the priestess, it's by the trident, right?
Yes.
All right, well, I'm going to attack the guy I'm going to kill.
Mhm.
My reckless attack, so I'll set the disadvantage here, but I won't get a reroll. With the old Warhammer, we'll still get a 17 to hit.
That's it.
That's a hit, and we'll do some damage. We will do, and so Havel's note, I've forgotten my +2 damage for raging. I've only been adding my strength bonus, so we'll add that in now for a total of 17 damage.
Dead. And he fades below the water.
Bam. And I have a second attack, but now no one, because I can't attack the trident, I don't think.
No.
But if I move away from the trident, does it get an attack of opportunity?
Yes.
All right. Well, that doesn't sound good. Then there's not a whole lot I'm going to do. I'm going to stand there and try to protect myself with my shield against this magical trident, which probably won't do a lot.
Yeah, you're not far from her. You could probably slide towards her and get a melee attack if you have any sort of range. You could attack her.
If I can do a side shuffle and get next to her, I will do that for sure.
Okay, you can do that.
Let's do that. We're still fogged up, but we will attack her with a 16.
It's a hit.
All right. And with my damage, that's 9 damage.
Okay. Hooray.
I go after him.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Oh, Karnath?
So I can still see the Tau again. He's in the water.
Yep.
But he's far away from me now and out in the water where I can't walk.
Yep.
But I can breathe lightning at him.
Okay.
So I will do that, and he needs to just make a save against 11.
Havel, also make a save.
I can't. It's a line for me, not a cone.
Yeah, but they're all in water.
Oh, what am I saving?
So it hits all of them then if I have to hit Apple as well.
Yep. Okay, he saves for half damage.
Okay, and then he takes the necrotic damage as well. So that's 5, and then 2d6 from lightning is a 10 total. So it's halved. So it does 10 to him.
Mm-hmm.
He's hexed by me. And then
What is the save I have to make?
11.
Dexterity save.
Dexterity. You're actually at a disadvantage because you're in water. So you're at a disadvantage for your save.
So 15 with the disadvantage.
Okay, half damage.
You
As
take
long
5
as you roll more than a 2.
You take 5.
All right, I am unconscious, zapped in the water.
Tough. Man down. Man down. Okay.
So
You
that's
got
my turn
0.
then.
Yep.
But what about the priestess?
Oh, yep. She fails her save as well. So that was how much?
10.
10?
Lightning.
Got it. Good. Hooray.
All right. I'm going to fly my familiar over to Havel and cast a touch spell through my familiar, and that touch spell being Cure Wounds. Is that permissible?
I don't think.
Familiars can cast touch spells.
Yeah,
I
but you'd have to.
believe, But is he visible?
No, he's under the water.
Can I get to him?
Not this turn. No, because you'd be half movement once you walked in the
Right.
water.
Let
Shit.
Barnabash stand him up.
Yeah, I'm gonna shout. I can't get him, Barnabash. Or Barbash. So instead, I am going to. Oh shit. I'm going to cast Fairy Fire. Or is she in the fog cloud? Can I see her?
Yeah, she is in the fog cloud. Yes.
So
You,
how does that work with me
you would be
seeing her?
blinded if you're in it.
So I can target her normally?
The rule doesn't say anything about it. It's up to Jason.
It's you can target. Yeah, it's just a disadvantage to hit.
So like a spell where she'd have to make a saving throw is fine?
If you have to see it, I don't. So you're
'Cause
blind.
I'm
if you
thinking
try
about
to
I'm
see
I'm
something
thinking about Fairy Fire. I just don't know if I can make out where she is.
I don't think you can,
Yeah, I don't think so.
because it says you're blinded if you try to see something inside there.
Oh. So can I see anyone? Or are they all in the cloud?
You can see me.
No, the Baron is not in the cloud. He's in the water, but he's not in the cloud.
Okay. I'm gonna hit. How's the Baron looking? Pretty roughed up?
Yeah, he's looking roughed up for sure.
All right, I'm gonna try and finish him off with another magic missile. So now let's do this properly this time. So this is 3 darts. And so 12 damage, 3 darts shoot out of my staff and unerringly find their target.
Yep. All right, good. Barabash.
You see
Yeah,
down
and,
there?
I want to confirm with you, Jason, that I can get 2 transformations per thing, and the cat was only 1 transformation because it naturally wore off and I didn't revert back, so I still have 1 left.
Sure.
Oh, and
Okay.
can I have my familiar use the help action on the Baron for the whoever's next attack?
How would that work?
That it's something familiars can do. They can take the help action,
Yeah.
which gives disadvantage or advantage
sure.
on the next attack.
Yeah, it'll do a little bit of a distraction, which gives you a +2 to hit.
All right, so he does that. My owl's just buzzing at him.
Is it beneficial to get Havel out of the water? Is he drowning?
He's going to be rolling death saves.
Yeah, he's going to be rolling death saves next turn.
Okay, so I want to transform into a brown bear who I know can fish in shallow water and are comfortable with it, and I would like to pull Havel out of the water as a bear.
Nice. All right. So you make that. How long does it take to do wild shape? What's the casting time? What's that?
It's a bonus action for him.
Okay. All right, bonus action and your move, so you can get to him. Bonus action, move, and then you can lift him out of the water, all in 1 turn.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay. Top of the order. The Baron is moving away and sees the bear and goes after the bear in the water. And what's your armor class?
Do I go to equipment?
So it's going to be your bear.
Yeah,
is
it's going to be the
thing.
bear's armor class.
The bear's armor
can look it
class
up for you.
is natural armor 11.
Yep, 11.
Yeah,
Okay.
nice.
So he's going to hit you 3 times. All 3 hits. That
All right.
is 7, 14.
Still has disadvantage because I can see him.
22. All right, that's fair. That's still 3 hits. 31 points of damage.
Okay. So that's bad.
Okay. The priestess is, let's see, let's see. Yeah, she's going to go after the bear as well. Spiritual weapon. And that is 2 hits as well. That is 6 points.
All right, I'm dead.
Okay.
Oh, you're a druid
Right.
again.
Yeah, you go back.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
So you have like bear hit points and then regular druid hit points when you're knocked out of the bear.
Gotcha.
Havel falls back under the water as part of that. Okay, so that is Havel, death save. You're under the water. Now here's where it gets tough. Because you're underwater, you may come, but if you come to consciousness, you'll be underwater, so you'll have to make another drowning save. But go ahead and roll a 20. You have to get a 10 or above.
I got an 8.
Okay, you're still down. 3 of those and you are goner. Karnath,
Can I reach the priestess?
it's getting real. With a range attack, sure.
I can't see into the fog cloud.
No, yeah, then no.
Okay, so can I reach the chieftain?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to go to him.
Wait, no, he just entered the cloud, didn't he? To attack the bear.
That's fine. I'm gonna follow him into the cloud.
Okay.
We'll be
You are now all in the water, I believe.
Yep. So attacking him gives me advantage, but I get disadvantage because I'm blinded.
Mm-hmm.
So is that a regular dice?
1 die.
All right. I'm gonna attack him. I got a 10 plus 6.
That is a hit. Barely, but a hit.
Okay. I do maximum damage to him because I rolled an 8 and a 6. So that is 8 plus 4, 12 slashing damage, and then 6 necrotic damage.
So that's 18.
Yes.
So close. So close. All right. Havel, Karnath, Ore.
I'm picking up. Can I get to Havel?
Did you go into the water last time?
I did not.
Okay.
But he got pulled out, or like.
No,
Pulled-
he was pulled up out of the water, but then dropped back
I
in.
see.
Yeah.
The Baron's almost dead.
Baron is almost dead, but he's in the cloud.
You got to come into the cloud with us, Jorge.
Can I get in with just my movement or no?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, then I'm gonna go into the cloud and cast Toll the Dead. Unless I can get to Havel by coming into the water, at which point I would cast Cure Wounds on him. But that's touch.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, then I'm gonna get into the cloud and I'm gonna Toll the Dead on the Baron. He has to make a 13 Wisdom.
He does not. Do you do 1 point of damage?
I do a D12. Dong.
Okay, it's just the priestess. Barabash, you're down, right? Oh no, you're a druid again.
Yeah, question. So I had 3 HP left on the bear when I was hit for 6. Do I take 3 now from my human form as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
It carries over.
Okay.
So And now everybody's in the
Hear
fog
this
with the
dwarf.
priestess at this point, right?
Yep. You can cure this dwarf that you're like touching.
Yeah, let me click on my spells. Okay, so yeah, I'll healing word Havel. And I do D4. So I got a 3 plus 2 is 5.
Okay,
Hey.
so here's the thing. Fog cloud is a concentration.
Yeah.
Okay.
But healing word is not.
Yeah. Okay. All right, we're good.
Am I up now? In the water.
You are. Okay, top of the order. The priestess. She is going to go back at Havel. Doesn't like it. You stood up.
Did
and
I thought I was still in the water.
you're well,
I got you up after 2 tries.
yeah. You
Almost
came
died
back.
myself.
Top of the order.
You stand up coughing and she just punches you.
She gets 1 hit, and that's 3 points of damage. Now, do you now, does your berserker mode?
Nope.
It's
Rage
gone,
goes
right?
away when I'm unconscious.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I take
Yep.
3.
Okay, 3 points.
But I'm
Not
up.
in an
I'm still up.
angry haze.
All right, Havel, you're up.
But it's a good thing as I stand up and get soccer punched in the face, I will rage again because god damn it. And we'll do frenzy as a bonus action, which I'll get next round if everyone's still alive. And we will attack this priestess in the face with my warhammer.
Add that
Still
rage.
still a disadvantage, right?
Yes.
But attacks against her have advantage, so it's regular dice. Because blinded is dumb.
Oh yeah, that is the rules. For blinded, aren't they? You can't see, but they can't see. So
So I got 15.
That's a hit.
15?
That's
All
a hit.
right. Yay. So with my rage damage now, that is a 13 points of damage.
dang.
13 points of damage. So close. All right,
Okay.
Karnath.
So
Finish them.
because
Finish them.
my hexed guy died last turn, as a bonus action, I can transfer it to her. So now she's both cursed and hexed, and I'm going to attack her.
Bad juju.
I rolled 18, so I'm pretty certain I hit her.
That's a hit, and she's dead.
Yeah, I do a lot of damage to people that are cursed and hexed.
That's what those marshies get.
And I regained 6 hit points because
Jeez.
I regained 6 hit points because she died.
Yeah, eat her soul.
Yeah, I basically do. I just stole her soul into the axe.
All right, is the Alderman alive?
He is alive. Yes.
Okay.
Havel, are you alive?
Barely. It hurts a little bit.
Let's take a short break, guys.
Okay. What you
what
get?
time? Yeah, what time is it?
Let's get out of the water.
It's actually midday still, and you get 3 tridents and a breastplate.
Okay.
I certainly can't carry these, but
We can put them in the chest.
You can take it. How big is your chest?
It's a 25-pound chest. It
What
can
is a
hold
trident?
200 pounds of gear.
Trident.
Or
You can see it in the photo.
Is it no? But like, does it classify as spear or?
It is both a slashing and a piercing weapon.
I think
Okay.
it's a martial weapon, so it's not a spear the way it says on your sheet.
Okay. So I can't use a trident
Well, let's see.
I don't
Let's see
think
what
I
it says.
unless it's a sickle.
So trident is a weapon. It's a common weapon.
oh, is it just a spear?
Yeah, it's pretty much a spear with extra points.
Pokey spear.
okay.
If you're proficient with...
He's proficient with
so
spears.
when I type in trident, it says I'm proficient with it.
Yep.
So if you
It's
go to manage equipment and check in in Trident, it will tell you whether you're proficient with it.
yeah. It's 2d6 damage, unless you use it with 2 hands, and then it's a 2d8 weapon. So it's
All right.
pretty deadly. It's a good weapon.
I'll see if you're proficient with it, Barabash.
Yeah, I mean, if we get 3 of them, I might as well take one of them.
And they can be thrown, so that's it's always a good thing.
Yes, that seems like a perfect fit for you, Barbash.
I don't think he is proficient with it because he's not proficient with all martial weapons. He's proficient with specific stuff.
All right. Well, worth a shot.
Worth a shot. So that doesn't mean you can't keep it.
The dwarf can throw them when he's angry and get his strength to it, so that's good.
Yeah, it's a martial melee
Yeah,
weapon.
I can throw it. I got javelins too. I can throw those, but
It seems like you, at the very least, you might be able to get some use out of them. So why don't you hold on to them?
I'll strap into my back with my javelins.
And sorry, you said we got a breastplate.
There
What
is a
kind-
breastplate.
What specific item might it be? Is it medium armor?
It is medium armor.
So I'm going to put it in the chest if nobody wants to put it on.
If no one else wants it, I certainly would take it.
All right, knock yourself out.
Fantastic.
It's an interesting group because you guys don't actually have that much armor, do you?
I already have armor that does, I think, more for me than that.
Yeah, I guess it's just table. And does Fakes wear armor?
So what it'll do
Light
is
armor.
it will give you an AC 14 plus your dexterity bonus, but it does have some. Yeah, well, you'll have to look at it. It may confer a stealth disadvantage. So
The breastplate doesn't. What I have does. I have the
Okay.
scale mail, which is the
Got it.
disadvantage version.
so it's good. It is a good thing.
And does anyone want the scale mail that I previously had adhered to my body?
No. But I'm going to take a short rest. And catch a
Well, you
breather.
guys need to get away from the coast for sure.
Yeah,
So let's find somewhere a bit out
Yeah.
away from this cove.
Yeah, may I also just ask the difference between short rest and long rest?
So a long rest, your hit points go all the way up, and all of your abilities recharge basically.
Okay.
For short rest, you can regain hit points by rolling hit dice, which is you get a certain number of your hit dice based on your level that you can use to recover hit points through the day. And then some people have abilities that refresh at a short rest.
Okay.
When you click the short rest button, it will show you those hit dice options that you can spend. So then you can mark them off. So on D&D Beyond, if you're using that.
Okay, gotcha.
Um,
And so for wild shape on short rest, do they reset? Because it just says
yes.
okay, cool.
Yeah. Can I search for maybe I don't know, anywhere that looks like it might be good to camp any bit away from the water?
Yeah, there are places. You find a place where there's a few actual vagabonds that are hanging out, and there seems to be some safety in that. They are almost certainly, to your eye, harmless. As long as one of you sort of keeps watch, one of you stays awake, it can be a rotating watch. You're probably not going to have anything stolen, but it's pretty clear that this is sort of a safe sort of road camp, because there's about 6 or 8 of these sort of young vagabonds hanging around. The worst thing you'd have is like a late night bunch of people drinking and dancing and doing some drum circle stuff.
Well, let's
Sounds
just
exciting.
take, like 10 minutes, catch a breather, and then keep on if it's just midday.
No, we're going to break right here for the night.
Well, yeah, but like let's just do a short rest now so that we're
Just do a long rest.
okay.
I'm interested in the young vagabonds drinking and
I
dancing.
love a long rest. I'm just gonna say that.
All right, we will pick up here next week. It's a good spot. That was a tough battle, especially considering that you guys were shorthanded.
Ambushed.
ambushed.
And friendly
So-
fire.
It's almost like the friendly fire. Yeah, casting a lightning bolt when your teammates are in water is not the best
Sappy,
idea. You know, it's
But now we
It's,
know.
At the time.
Now we know. Now we
now
know.
you know, and knowing is half the battle. The other half is
Like a good idea at the time.
not throwing. Yeah. Okay. With that, I'm gonna say good night. Good job, guys. That was tough. And next week you will continue down the road to Matria and on your way to Miss Lake.
All right.
Fantastic.
Can we ask these vagabonds what
Yes.
if they've heard any news from Matria?
You should absolutely do that.
I will lead off with that.
We'll continue next week.
All right.
Thanks.
Bye.
Thanks a lot, Jason.